Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday. It's time for the Magic News, and I'm back in the UK. I'm no longer filming these in the back garden of a villa in Turin. It's great to be back, and normally I film these Magic News a little bit earlier, but it took me a lot longer to get back to England than I thought. Travel back from the UK, back to the UK was terrible. I had like multiple flights cancel. I ended up having to cancel the whole thing, rebook onto a different flight, come a different way. It took me the best part of about 2 days to get back to the UK. But I'm here, and it's time for another Magic News. Now, if you've never seen the Magic News before, the idea is simple. I'm basically going to be talking about the news that's happening in Magic. And if you've got any Magic news that you'd like me to talk about, let me know down below, and I will talk about it next week. Absolutely not a problem. But with that being said, there's a lot to talk about today. Normally quietens down in the summer in Magic, but there's a lot to talk about. So we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to start off with FISM. So the first thing to talk about is FISM. Obviously, I've spent the last week in Turin in Italy, and the FISM World Championships of Magic took place. They take place every 3 years. And yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about FISM. And the reason is, I've got a couple of videos going up about FISM and about my experiences and about what I think was good and what I think was bad in the next couple of days. What I will say is there was a lot that was good and there was a lot that was bad. And a lot that was bad was mainly on the organizational level. We will get to that in the next couple of days, but yeah, there were some serious problems. And if I was an act performing at FISM, I probably would be very, very annoyed. But what I want to do here is I want to talk about who won the various different competitions, just in case you aren't aware. So in comedy stage, you've got a second place and you've got 2 third places. Just so you guys know, a lot of the time, first place is not awarded at FISM. The grades are out of 100, and you can look at this all on the FISM website, but basically, if you've got 80 or above, then you're deserving of a first place win, according to FISM standards. So in order for somebody to win first place, I think it's 80 and above. The reason it's important for you to know that is if an act technically won, so if an act finished higher than anyone else in the competition, but got less than 80, they would not get first place. First place would not be awarded that year, and instead they would get second place. I tell you this because the first category we're going to talk about is stage, comedy specifically, and there was no first place awarded. However, there's a second place and there's a joint third place. So second place is Artem Shukin. I'm going to butcher some of these names and I apologize. Who is from Russia. Congratulations. Joint third is Juan Colos from Spain and Yanis Y from France. So that is comedy stage. General stage, there is a first place, a second place, and a third place. So first place is Leah Kyle from France. Leah Kyle, obviously the incredible quick change artist, and her act was phenomenal. Second place was Nikolai Striebel from Germany. And then third place was Kalista from France. Now, Kalista is somebody that a lot of people said should have been in the running to win the whole thing. And she was a lot of people's favorite acts. Basically, Kalista had this act where she came on as an old woman. And basically, it's a costume change, a quick change style act, but almost generational. That think Benjamin Button on stage, and you get the idea. She literally aged backwards, and she became younger, and she had a child, became pregnant. It was wonderful. It was a very difficult act to describe, but a lot of people were literally tearing up in the audience. Absolutely fantastic. She got third. Then stage manipulation. You've got first place was Francesco Della Bono from Italy. In second place was Ho Jung from South Korea, and in third place was Shifu Huang from Taiwan. So congratulations to those guys. Then you've got Mental Magic. Now, Mental Magic, there was a first place and a third place, but no second place. So what that means is the first place, obviously, scored the required amount of votes to be considered first place. But there was no second place. So the person who's in third didn't get the votes that FISM would be considered needed in order to be second place, if that makes sense. Now, I will tell you that in first place was Mind to Mind from the UK. Absolutely phenomenal. Mind to Mind, managed by David Penn, mentored by David Penn, have taken the world by storm over the last few years and have been doing a remarkable job. And, you know, what we have here is we have total proof. You know, they're now the world champions of mental magic, using their two-person coding act, which blew audiences away. I'll have more to say this when I do my FISM wrap-up, but they blew away the audience. And I don't think that mental magic has been awarded first place for a while, or it doesn't get awarded first place very often. So congratulations to Mind to Mind. Those guys are amazing. No second place, but in third place you had Niccolò Fontana from Italy. Yeah, that's brilliant. Then Stage Illusions, again, no first place awarded in Stage Illusions, but in second place you had Alberto, Giorgi and Laura from Italy, and in third place you had Mag Egard from Spain. That's all of the stage competitors. Now we go to close-up. In close-up you had a joint second and a third. So no first place was awarded in close-up magic. But in second place, you had Francesco Fontanelli from Italy and Tino Platz from Switzerland, joint second. And then in third place, you had Kim Moon-do from South Korea. But nobody was awarded first place. Micro Magic, which is like close-up magic. In first place, you had Ibuki from Japan, who did a very nice routine, all based around buttons. Imagine Matrix with buttons and buttons permanently attached to the close-up. Brilliant stuff. In second place, you had Duo from Spain. And in third place, Starman from Italy. And then finally, you had Parlor Magic. First place, you had Morten Christian from Germany, who is now a two-time world champion. In second place, you had Piero Venessa from Italy. And in third place, you had Jonio from Japan. So those are the competitors. Those are the winners. And then obviously on the final night, you have the Grand Prix, where all of the first place winners compete against each other for the close-up Grand Prix trophy and the stage Grand Prix trophy. Close-up was taken by Ibuki. So congratulations to Ibuki. Not only is he the world champion of Micro Magic, he is the close-up champion of everything. You know, he's won the Grand Prix. And in stage, you had three acts competing against each other. You had Leah Kyle, you had Francesco Della Bono, and you had Mind to Mind. And the winner was Francesco Della Bono. So a stage manipulator has won. A lot of the time, stage manipulators win the Grand Prix. And that's no change here. So there you go. Congratulations to all of the competitors at FISM. Like I say, I'm not going to talk about it now in the Magic News, but there's a lot to love and there's a lot not to love about FISM. So we'll get into that later on in the week. But let's carry on with the Magic News. While we're on the subject of FISM, it might be worth noting that they have announced the date for the next FISM. If you're wanting to go to FISM in 2028, it will be taking place from July the 10th through to July the 15th, 2028. And it's going to be in Busan in South Korea. There was a forum whilst at FISM to vote for who people wanted, which country they wanted to vote, and it was Canada versus South Korea, and South Korea won. So Busan, South Korea, 2028. Get your tickets ready. That's when the next FISM is going to take place. A quick note while we're here, because this is actually very newsworthy, a quick note about Yigal Masika. And I am going to be doing a follow-up video on the video that I did. If those of you that don't know, that were living under a rock, I posted a video at the beginning of last week about Yigal Masika and Mark Bennett and the situation that developed between Yigal Masika and Mark Bennett with regards to Mark bringing out Air Flight and Yigal Masika taking exception to Air Flight, saying that it was it was infringing on his intellectual property according to the patent application that he had. I'm not going to go any further into that. You can go and check out that video if you want more news. For those of you that haven't seen the video or thought it had been taken down, that's because it had been taken down for a few days. So I received a privacy notification whilst I was at FISM. And look, I can't, when you get a privacy complaint, basically it is a complaint about a video. So for those of you that don't do YouTube, you get a privacy complaint. It's saying that basically a particular video is infringing on someone's privacy. They won't tell you who made the complaint, but what I will tell you is I had two privacy complaints, one on the trailer for the Yiga Masika video and one for the actual Yiga Masika video. So I had two privacy complaints, and the video was taken down. And was not available for people to watch. Now, I was kind of prepared for this. I knew that this might happen. I must be psychic. So I'd already drafted a reply to YouTube if this was going to happen. And I immediately, whilst I was at FISM, copy and pasted my reply over to them. And within, I think, 48 hours, the video was back up and untouched. So if you went to look for the video and you couldn't find it, that's because it was taken down for a couple of days. But YouTube have conducted an independent investigation into the video. So how this works is if you have a video taken down because of a privacy complaint, and you sort of challenge that, which is what I did, they do a manual review of the video. So, you know, I feel sorry for the person at YouTube that had to do a manual review of that 3-hour video, but they do a manual review of the video based on the independent review of the video. They were absolutely fine to put it back up again. So it's been independently verified by YouTube, which is great. But the video was down for a couple of days, and I cannot say who decided to make the privacy complaint on both of the videos, but it's interesting that I've ran this channel for many, many years. I've got literally thousands of videos. This is the first privacy complaint I've ever had, and it was about one specific person. That's all I'll say about that. Other than, Michael O'Brien did a really nice video, a really cool video actually, because he took, a lot of people are like 3 hours, that's a lot, and it had to be that length, purely because I wanted to show all the interviews in full. I had to show legally all the interviews in full. So Michael O'Brien took it upon himself to take the context of what the video was about and create his own 15-minute video talking about the situation and what has happened and so on and so forth, and just basically providing narrative about the situation, which he did. And he also received a privacy complaint. He chose to take the video down, which I totally understand. It's not his fight. It's not even my fight, but I totally understand why he took the video down, because it can lead to a strike on your channel. And as a YouTuber, you do not want a strike on your channel. No, sorry. So it can actually lead to a strike on your channel. So he took the video down, but he's since posted a short explaining why he took it down. And it's a similar situation. He received a privacy complaint, didn't want to strike, took it down. He can't say who the person is that complained. It's just kind of weird that he received the privacy complaint at roughly the same time as me. So for those of you that haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, it's now back up. It's now hosted again on YouTube. Absolutely not a problem. Go and check it out, and you can watch it in its entirety. I will tell you that a lot has happened behind the scenes since that video went up. There's a lot of people that came up to me at FISM. There's a lot of people that have reached out to me about this situation, and it's very, very interesting some of the things that I have been told. It's very interesting some of the things that have been said to me. It's very interesting some of the things that I found out, and I'm currently considering maybe doing a follow-up video because there's a lot more that needs to be said on this subject. So if you have reached out to me and you have talked to me about issues that you have had, please bear with me, because I will be in touch with you. There is other stuff that's happened behind the scenes as well with Murphy's Magic specifically, but we'll get to that as well at some point down the line. But for that's not, Magic News is not the time for that. I will say one thing. Actually, no, I won't. I'm going to leave it to a follow-up video. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to talk about it. Just know that the video was taken down and it's now back up. Okay, so talking about conventions, the Order of the Magi Dealer Day is taking place on the 12th of October 2025 from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. So the Order of the Magi is a magic club, and they are organising their own Dealers Day where you can come along and you can buy magic and so on and so forth. No lectures or anything like that, I believe it's just all about checking out the dealers. You can see more information on their website, which is orderofthemagi.co.uk. They are based up in Manchester, so obviously the event is taking place in Manchester. But if you're looking for a day out and you're wanting to check out what the latest dealers have got and look at some bargains, then you might want to go to the Order of the Magi's Dealer Day, 10 till 5 on the 12th of October. Another couple of conventions to talk about. The next one is the Leeds Magic Jam on the 7th of September. Now, they have announced a full lineup. So if you don't know the Leeds Magic Jam, I've never been there, but apparently it's an amazing convention. And this year they've got John Allen, they've got Kay Dyson, Miss Magic herself, they've got Sam Fitton, they've got Mark James and Ben Williams. Now, if you don't know those names, it's kind of like a who's who. Ben Williams is an incredible creator of magic, and you don't see him lecturing very often. Mark James is obviously one of the most well-known cabaret magicians of all time, an incredible consummate professional. Sam Fitton is one of the most successful wedding magicians of all time and the brains behind Solo. You've got John Allen. I mean, we all know who John Allen is, right? He is a legend in this industry and responsible for creating the Destination Box, which is still my favourite prop of all time. And then finally, Kay Dyson, Miss Magic. I've seen her perform a couple of times now. Most recently, it's an event up in Yorkshire. Never seen her lecture, only ever seen her perform. So that will be very, very interesting. So if you're around on the 7th of September and you want to go to a one-day convention that everybody raves about, the Leeds Magic Jam might be a good one to go to. Talking about conventions, the IBM convention is taking place again. Now, traditionally, the IBM convention takes place every year over 3 or 4 days. But this year, it's been reduced. They're taking I spoke to the organisers of the IBM convention at FISM. And they told me they're taking like a step or two backwards to take a few giant leaps forward. And anybody that's been to the IBM in recent years will know that the attendance at these conventions has dwindled slightly, and they're wanting to make positive changes to make it as vibrant as it was 10, 15 years ago. And one of the ways to do that is to kind of go back to basics and build up from there. So the IBM this year is going to be a one-day convention. And it's in Loughborough on the 14th of September. Now, there's going to be shows, there's going to be lectures, there's going to be competitions. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's the 14th of September, and it's going to be a one-day convention. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You can get the tickets from the IBM themselves, and I'm going to be going there. So you will see me there as well. But there you go. That's the IBM convention, 14th of September, Loughborough and Leicester. It's going to be a one-day convention. Now, if you are going to Loughborough and you are going to the IBM, then you might want to consider coming over to the Midlands, to near where I live, because I am organising my own event. It's not a convention or anything. It's a show which is open to the public. And there's 2 shows. It's on the 13th of September. There's going to be a matinee show. There's going to be an evening show. Tickets are going to be on sale soon. I'll let you know when. But we've got Magic and Mischief doing their Illusion Act. If you don't know that, that's Ryland and Thea, Magic and Mischief. They're working on a brand new, their first Illusion Show act. It's going to be absolutely incredible. You've got some great names in there as well. I think Thomas Malone is going to be there. I think that Jess Howard from the Jessamentory is going to be there. I'm just booking a couple of other acts as well. I'll be there as well, obviously. So you can make a weekend of it. You can come to the 13th of September at the Rugeley Rose Theatre in Rugeley, and that is literally about an hour away from Loughborough. And then you can go over to Loughborough and you can do Loughborough at the IBM. Very, very exciting stuff. So I'll let you know more when the tickets go on sale, which will be in the next few days. And there will be discounts for Magic TV people, obviously. Okay, so I heard a couple of rumours, and when I say rumours, they're not rumours. I've spoken to the people. At Magic Live, which is coming up soon, by the way. I hope everyone's excited. I'm going to Magic Live. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be arriving, I think, on the 2nd of August. So if you're coming to Magic Live, make sure you come over and say hi. I'll be in the bar having a drink. I'll be on the Penguin booth. So I'm actually going to be there on behalf of Penguin Magic on the Penguin booth. And I have spoken to Penguin, and there are going to be at least 2 new releases at Magic Live, which is very, very exciting. There's going to be 2 brand new releases, and they're also going to have traveling chips, which debuted at FISM. So nobody outside of people that went to FISM have seen it. It's one of my favorite tricks of all time. I've been performing it like non-stop. I love it. So you've got 3 new tricks that are coming from Penguin, and you have a new trick coming from Alakazam. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do, I believe, with any artist that's ever worked with Alakazam before. And it's a very unique, different trick. I was actually blown away when I saw it. I thought it was very, very clever. So there's going to be, obviously, a lot of new tricks that are taking place at Magic Live. That's the time where Magic dealers always bring out new tricks, new ideas, and really kind of showcase what they've been working on. But I know for a fact Alakazam are going to have a new trick. Penguin are going to have 2 new tricks. So that's very exciting. So if you're coming to Magic Live, come along and say hi. I'll be on the Penguin booth. I'll be in the bar in the evening. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's look at some new products that have come out. Now, this is not a review. I haven't seen these yet. But I do want to shout about them and talk about them because I've watched the trailers and they look very good. So a full review will come at some point in the future, but I just want to shout out a couple of things. So first of all, Nicholas Lawrence has brought out something called TNT. Now, TNT is very interesting. You know the tear, no tear paper that have been around for a while, and you can get pads of tear, no tear paper. Well, Nicholas Lawrence has taken that concept into a deck of cards. It's an entire deck of playing cards where each card is made to be a tear, no tear pad, no tear paper. So you can actually have someone pick a card and you can do a tear, no tear routine, like taking away people's strength. There's a lot more to it apparently than that, but that is the basic concept, which I think is brilliant. I've had tear, no tear pads for years and they're always fun. Having the ability to do that with a pack of cards is super smart. Also, the Kronos reel has just been announced. The Kronos reel apparently is one of the smallest reels ever created. It fits underneath your watch. It allows you to do levitations, vanishes, transformations. It'll do that with any lightweight object. It's apparently very, very well made. You have squid bands, which have come out through Penguin Magic as a download. You don't see many downloads these days, but Penguin Magic and Dr. Cyril Thomas has brought out squid bands. Now, if you don't know who Dr. Cyril Thomas is, I would say him and Joe Rindfleisch are the 2 people responsible for bringing more new, exciting rubber band, elastic band material to the market than anyone else. And Cyril Thomas's material is always strong. It's always very eclectic. Well, he's got this squid band that's come out, which is an instant download, and it's like 9 or 10 routines with bands. All brand new material, which sounds really good. You've got Proketo by Brian Watson. Now, this is something that has been promoted from Vanishing Ink, but it's available at all dealers. Proketo is what looks like the nicest Akita box I've ever seen. It does not look like your little black brass box. It looks beautiful. And apparently it's big enough to hold a shell as well, which obviously opens up a lot of possibilities. But the Proketo coin box is now available from all good magic shops. You've also got the Sub Change by JT Magic, and this looks very interesting. There's no trailer, but it looks very interesting. Effectively, what this is a change of one card to the other while it's under your foot. So you put the card on the floor, you show your foot, you stamp on the card, but it's sticking out like a third of the way, and the card just changes, and apparently spectators can then pick it up and look at it. That's an interesting concept. Maybe for a mix and mingle magician, that would work quite well. And then you've got the VersaPad. So the VersaPad by Verne is a add a number pad. So it's their version of the add a number pad. Now, my go-to add a number pad is the executive pad. That's always been my favorite pad. But the VersaPad has just come out, and apparently it's the best add a number pad ever, and it's got a whole bunch of different routines attached to it as well. So that sounds really good as well. That's the VersaPad, and that is by Verne Magic. That's your roundup of some of the new stuff that's come out in the last week or two. So there you go, guys. That's another video in the bag. Thank you once again for joining me on Magic TV. Thank you once again for joining me for this Magic News. I'll be back next Tuesday with another Magic News. It'll probably be filmed in advance because I will be on the way to America, I think, that week. I think, is that the week I'm going to be on the way to America? I think it is. I don't know. It might be the week after. Honestly, FISM's messed me up. I don't know whether I'm coming or going, but I'll be back next Tuesday regardless. Outside of that, thank you once again for joining me. I really appreciate it. You want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. If you want to have any magic news thrown my way, put it down in the description or the comments down below, and I'll get to that. Outside of that, I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Craig, and this is Magic TV.